Hi, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling incredible this beautiful Tuesday morning. Right now it's check-in time. Rep your city. This is like free promotion for you. You get to shout out your business, but more importantly than the name of your business, we want to know what your business does. We want to know like how you help the planet. How is it better here since you joined us on this little ball of dirt versus when you weren't here at all? Like, what's your legacy? Like, what is the problem you solve? What's the solution you bring to the table? We want to know all about it. So make sure you check in. Also, if you're really loving us, even if you're watching a replay, give me a replay, gang. And stars never expire. So give stars, if you really love us, you can like it, you can comment, you can share, you can subscribe. We want to get to know each other. Let's get it.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire out of you. Just hold on.
Let's get it. Let's get it. What's up, Kim?
Thank you. Please announce yourself. All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
Okay. Good morning. Let's get it, y'all. Yuli in the house. What's up, Yuli? Kimberly up in here. Make sure you spread the word. Make sure you share this on somebody's page. Good morning to everybody that's checking in. We're gonna get started here in another 2 minutes, but if you have not ordered your 90-day planner yet, I highly suggest it. We're going into April, and these things are magical. I'll break it down for you real quick while we kind of like getting started. But first of all, this 90-day map, we call it the 90-day map, which stands for, what's up, Patrian? We call it the 90-day map. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. This is the 90-day map or massive action planner. It's a beautiful thing. At the bottom, you see you got the further, faster, with less effort thing. That's our mantra around here, millionaire minded. You open that thing up, it has my quote: either expand your mind to match your goals, or your goals will shrink to match your mind, right? You turn the page and it starts breaking it down. Like, what's your mission? A lot of this stuff you get when you join the Kaizen Academy, right? Like, what's your mission for these next 3 months, these next 90 days? Oh, I'm gonna read 6 books. I'm gonna take 2 vacations. I'm gonna learn Spanish. I'm gonna double my business every 3 months, right? I'm gonna open an investment account. What is your mission these next 90 days? I dare you, write them all right there, right? And then from there, it says, what are the attributes of your perfect customer? Many of us don't even think about that. And then it's like, which one of these are missing in your own personality, right? Because obviously you attract who you are, not who you want, right? You are who you attract. You attract who you are. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Does that make sense? From there, we teach you about something called the $400,000 secret. And I tell you the whole story about that. You're going to love it. And this is one of my favorite pieces, the time audit. Like going up into April, I dare you take a time. Maybe it's today, maybe it's tomorrow, maybe it's this weekend, maybe it's Friday, etc. But the bottom line is, I dare you go through a day and then say, hey, what did I do from 12 noon to 12:30? What did I do from 12:30 to 1? What did I do from 1 to 1:30? What did I do from 1:30 to 2, right? Audit your time and then give it a P if it's profitable, a L if it's a loss, or an N if it was something that was kind of neutral or necessary, like for instance, sleeping. Y'all got me? So that's the 90-day planner. Then, of course, you got all the basics that everybody has in a planner. You got the monthly part, and then you have the days, as you start getting busy with the days and whatnot, writing all your stuff in. So it's been incredibly helpful for me. We put a lot of technology in this thing that'll probably help you too. And I got 7:30, so it's time to get it. What's up, Jackie Rob? Let's go, Samaya. Let's go. Let's get it. So this morning we talking about abundance mindset, y'all. Are y'all familiar with this term, abundance mindset? I know it's kind of like a buzzword, but I want you to imagine that me and you are walking down the street. You breathe in, I breathe out, right? I breathe in, you breathe out, right? You breathe in and breathe out, I breathe in and breathe out. We rock it, right? We both need oxygen. We both getting all the oxygen we need. Would you worry that there ain't enough oxygen for both of us? Of course you wouldn't, because air is abundant. Now, imagine instead me and you are in the Caribbean and my scuba tank starts to malfunction. We scuba diving. I don't know if y'all have ever been scuba diving where you're looking up at the sky and it's actually the top of the water. It gets trippy. Me and you were scuba diving. My scuba tank starts to kind of mess up, right? I start signaling to you that I don't know if this is the signals, so don't do what I'm doing right now. But I start to signal that my tank is malfunctioning, right? That I need to share the oxygen in your tank. Suddenly, the air becomes a precious commodity. Am I right? Suddenly, its scarcity makes both of us worry. What if there ain't enough? Can I get a witness? What if there ain't enough? That's scarcity mentality versus abundance mentality. And it's our attitudes towards scarcity or our attitudes towards abundance in all these areas of our lives that'll start to influence our success. Am I making sense to somebody out there? If you've ever read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, self-made billionaire Dr. Stephen Covey really breaks it down. He starts talking about this whole scripted, the fact that most people are really deeply scripted in this thing called scarcity mentality. They see life through this lens of only having so much. Like there's only one pie out there. There's only one pile of goodies out there. And if somebody else gets a real big piece of the pie, that means it's less for everybody else. That starts to affect the way you roll. That starts to affect even how you can make a sale, because somewhere inside your mind, you're like, if I take this money from them, they won't have any more. That is a zero-sum perspective. That's a zero-sum paradigm. And people that have a scarcity mentality have a very hard time sharing recognition. They have a very hard time sharing credit. They have a very hard time sharing power. They have a very hard time sharing profit. You see what I'm saying? Even with the people that are helping them achieve the aforementioned. Because they have scarcity mentality. They have a hard time being genuinely happy for other people, right? It's hard for me to be happy about you if I feel like every bit of happiness you get is less happiness for me. I know this sounds crazy, but this is literally how people with a scarcity mindset see the world. Members of their own family, close friends, associates, nobody's safe from their scarcity perspective and the fact that it starts to make them into a hater. Now, contrast that with what we call abundance mentality, right? Which flows out of this deep sense of inner security, which flows out of this deep sense of self-worth. To quote one of my favorite poets, this cat named Sean Carter, abundance mentality is when he's like, yo, put me anywhere on God's green earth and I'm gonna triple my worth. You know what I mean? How many of us have a true abundance mentality? How many of us have the point of view that there's enough out there for everybody? There's enough to spare. There's enough to share. Now we sharing prestige. Now we sharing profits. Now we sharing recognition. Now we sharing decision making. You got me? Because we've got abundance mentality. Abundance mentality opens the possibilities. It opens up the options. It opens up the alternatives, and it creates creativity. You got me? Because if you combine abundance mentality, write this in your notes. You combine abundance mentality with constraints, and you got creativity, right? All creativity comes from constraints. You hear me say that all the time, but it's constraints mixed in with abundance mentality. Am I making sense for everybody out there? When you live in a world of scarcity, you compete for resources. When you live in an abundance mentality, you collaborate to become resourceful. Am I making sense, everybody? Am I making sense? Somebody write that in the comments. I want to make sure you got it. Abundance mindset plus constraints equals creativity. Abundance mindset times constraints equals creativity. All creativity comes from constraints and abundance mindset. You know, when I'm speaking to audiences all over the country, and I'm hearing what people are facing in their jobs and their businesses, et cetera, so forth, a lot of these difficulties are coming from scarcity mindset. If you're a leader and you allow scarcity mindset to work its way into your culture, you're going to pay the price for that. When resources are perceived to be limited, that's when you get people paranoid. That's when people are living in fear. That's when politics start thriving, because everybody's trying to get one up over the next person because, oh my goodness, if this person gets a promotion, I'm going to get fired. If this person gets more, there's going to be less for me. Horrible. But what effective leaders do is what we're going to talk about today, y'all. Model the abundance mentality. Develop and model the abundance mentality. Somebody put that in the comments for me. I have an abundance mentality. That's a great affirmation. I have an abundance mentality. Let's go, Nikki. Come on, give it to me. I have an abundance mentality. Let's go, Vanessa. I have an abundance mentality, Mahasan. Let's get it. And what I got for you is 6 ways you can spread this abundance mentality throughout your workplace. Somebody say, I have an abundance mentality, and then give me a share. I have an abundance mentality, and then share this with a Facebook page, share this with a messenger group, send this link off through your text message group chat, put us in the group chat. Y'all know how you do it. All right, here's tip number 1. Everybody ready? Offer words of appreciation. We just now broke this down. When you have scarcity mindset, you don't want to share recognition. You don't want to share praise. You're like, what if the boss sees this person as being great? That means they're going to see me as being lame. You're messing yourself up. Give out that praise. One of my sister friends, Joanna Morales, she said it in a profound way. She was like, yo, when you are coming up, it's about getting cookies. Like, oh, I want a cookie. I want a cookie. Ooh, I hope I get a cookie. I hope I've done well enough to receive a cookie. But when you get up there in leadership, when you understand leadership is a disposition, not a title, leadership is a disposition, not a position, you understand it's about giving out the cookies. It's about giving out the cookies. So check it out. Number 1 is offer words of appreciation, sincere appreciation. Let people know how much you value them. Let people know how much you value their contributions. I'm going to tell you something. Some of y'all need to do that more for your spouse. Some of you need to do that more for your significant other. People want to know that their work matters. People want to know that the effect they're having on your life is significant. Your influence and your happiness will increase in direct proportion to the appreciation you show your team, you show your counterparts, you show your coworkers, you show your employees, you show your sales staff, you show your organization. Your influence and your happiness is always going to be in direct proportion to the appreciation that you're showing. This is one of the fastest and yet simplest ways to build a more abundant life. Celebrate that lady when she walk in the office. Celebrate that man. Celebrate them when you walk past their desk. On lunch hour, when you bump into them, chop it up with them. Celebrate them, appreciate them, because we cannot lift others up without coming up ourselves. Here's the second one. Everybody with it? Yeah, somebody say, I have an abundance mentality, and give me a share. Here's the second one, y'all. Here's the second one. Somebody say, I choose to see opportunity. That's the second affirmation I got for you this morning. I choose to see opportunity. Somebody type that in and give me a share. I choose, right? I love that. I choose to see opportunity. Is that beautiful? I dare you. Next time your team is faced with an obstacle, right? Flip it around and consider it an opportunity. Like right now, we're coming to the end of a month. A lot of times if you run a business, it's time to make your numbers for the month, right? You're trying to hit a new level of income. You're trying to hit a new level of impact, right? And you're like, oh my goodness, we only have this many days left in a month. I dare you choose to see that as an opportunity. I dare you. I dare you look at what you got left in a month and say, you know what? Since everybody's working with such a sense of urgency and everybody's on the same page about what it is they want out the game right now, check it out. Check it out. This is the perfect time for me to get everybody together and start a new training system. This is the perfect time for me to get everybody together and find out what people need. This is the perfect time for me to get everybody together and let them see me as a leader, because now I'm going to make sure I'm helping everybody that's around me. They haven't had the opportunity to see me help, but now they do, right? Because it's all of this going. Am I making sense? Face the challenge with optimism and make sure you're doing it in plain sight of your team, so they see you modeling that optimism. They see you developing that optimism in yourself, that attitude in yourself. You'll be surprised how quickly problems dissolve. You'll be surprised how quickly optimism becomes your default mechanism. Am I making sense? Somebody say, I choose to see opportunity, and then give us a share. That's right. Yeah, Marie, I choose it. That's right, Cindy. I choose it. Yes, I choose it. Let's go, Hakeem. All right, here's the third one. Remind yourself there's more than enough. Somebody give me that in the comments. There is more than enough. There is more than enough. One of our affirmations every morning is I am enough. Right now, what I want you to acknowledge, I want you to kind of marinate in this idea. I want you to focus on it. I want you to meditate on it for a few microseconds. Check it out. There is more than enough. Somebody give it to me. There is more than enough. And then give me a share. This is fundamental to an abundance mentality. If there's enough pie to go around, you ain't going to be such a crab, man. If there's enough pie to go around, and there is, you can break that nasty habit of always comparing yourself to other people. Comparison is the thief of joy, and it's the antithesis of abundance mentality. Repeat after me. There's plenty for everybody. There's more than enough. There's plenty for everybody. There's more than enough. If you say that enough, it'll become second nature. Y'all with me? It'll become second nature. Here's the fourth one. Everybody ready for number 4? Come on, let me see it. Somebody say there's more than enough, and then give us a share. Mama Mahasan, you on YouTube, Queen, so you can't share it on YouTube like they're sharing it on Facebook. But what you can do afterwards is just grab the link when the video's finished, and you can send it out to your whole group. And then what you do is you hold them accountable. You say, which one was your favorite, And you'd be like, girl, let's hold each other accountable to that. If you see me going off the abundance mindset train track, I need you to bring me back. If I see you kind of meandering off, I'm going to bring you back. I'm going to bring you back behind the pasture. You know what I mean? So behind the fence that's surrounding our pasture, I'm going to bring you back into safety. We got to hold each other accountable. Yeah, Tina, that's right. There's more than enough. There's more than enough. All right. Here's number 4. Carefully select the company you keep. Somebody say, I choose my friends. I choose my friends. I choose my friends. And then I want you to add carefully. I choose my friends carefully. This is abundance mindset. I choose my friends carefully. What do I mean by that? How does that affect abundance mindset? I think it's Jim Rohn who's famous for saying it. I don't know who originally said it. My mentor says it a lot, but you're the average of the 5 people you hang around for no reason, right? You're the average of them. So I dare you acknowledge that mindsets are so contagious. If you're going to keep that abundance mentality, then what you're going to have to do is surround yourself with people for whom that's second nature. You got to limit your time with these glasses half empty people. They will ruin you. They will ruin you. They always playing devil's advocate. Well, we don't need no devil. You know what I'm saying? Where's the angel's advocates at? Carefully select them, y'all. Come on. I choose my friends carefully. I choose my friends carefully. Let's go. I choose my friends carefully. All right. Here's the 5th one. Spend time in reflection. Somebody give me that in affirmation form. I spend time in reflection regularly. I regularly spend time in reflection. Why is reflection important? Because wisdom don't just come from time passing, right? Wisdom comes from reflection. Wisdom comes from introspection. Wisdom does not come from time passing. This is why you see so many old idiots. You ever bumped into somebody from high school and you're like, damn, you still a moron. You ever bump into somebody and you're like, yo, you still in the same place. They're like, they have a term for it in psychology. It's called arrested development. Check this out. Spend more time in reflection. Spend more time in reflection. You feel me, Keith? You feel me, Keith? Spend more time in reflection, baby. Because if you learn to acknowledge and appreciate all the positives in your life, if you learn to appreciate and acknowledge all of the positives in your work, before you know it, you just feel completely better. You've decided to focus on a higher self. I put this in last week's newsletter, but the most optimistic, the most happy, the most successful around us, that managed to keep that glass half full, they're not the ones that never went through nothing. As a matter of fact, some of the happiest, some of the most successful, some of the most optimistic are the ones that have been through the most horrible experiences. But check out, they're always able to focus on their higher self. You're not going to be able to get to that higher self if you never spend time in reflection. You right? Gratitude, millionaires, is a powerful aspect of this abundance mentality, if I haven't made that clear yet. A grateful heart is at the center of an abundant life. It is not the rich man that has everything. It's the rich man who needs nothing. Think about that. You aren't rich based on how much you have. You're rich based on how little you need. A grateful heart is at the center of an abundant life. If you have a grateful mindset, life will knock you down, right? But what'll happen is, like my mentor always says, you're going to find a way to fall on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. Somebody say, I have a grateful heart. Yeah. Say, I have a grateful heart. I have a grateful heart. I have a grateful heart. Come on. I have a grateful heart. Let's get it. Somebody say, I have a grateful heart. Somebody say, my heart is filled with gratitude. And that leads us to number 6. This is the last one I got for you this morning. Check it out. Give more what you want to receive. Right? Give more. John Maxwell calls it the law of the picture, right? The law of the picture. What he says is that they got to see it to be it. You always hear me talk about how don't nobody say monkey talk, monkey listen. It's monkey see, monkey do, right? So if you want to be a leader, then what you want to do is model the leadership. That's right, Divine. We got to model the leadership. That's right, Daryl. That's right, Spoon. That's right, Spoon. I have a grateful heart. That's exactly right. And so what I'm going to do for number 6 is I'm going to model more of what I want, right? I'm going to give more of what I want to model. You got me? It might sound kind of counterintuitive even, but one of the best ways to increase your abundance is to give. I know that sounds crazy. I got to the point where I hit the ATM machine and I get out, when it asks you, hey, what kind of bills do you want? I purposely get out a bunch of $5 bills if they have them, or at least $10 bills. That way I can hurry up and break the change. And whenever I pull up to a stoplight or I pull up, I got something to give. So that way, you drive through certain parts of the city, you'll find yourself giving all day. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is one of the fastest ways to trigger abundance mindset is to give. You feel like you ain't got enough time? I dare you. Slip away from your obligations, even if it's just an hour to help somebody else that's in need. You don't feel like you have enough money? I dare you. Give to somebody less fortunate. In other words, be a river, not a reservoir. You hear me? I dare you try it. Eli, like, run that joint back. I said that a grateful heart is at the center of abundance mentality. A grateful heart is at the center of abundance mentality. I don't know if that's the bar you're talking about. That don't feel as barish. Good thing we got a rewind button. I'll be freestyling, dog. But all I'm saying is, if you ain't got enough time and you slip away to help somebody else, you're proving to yourself that you do. In other words, be a giver, not a keeper, not a hoarder. Because giving is what's going to put you in a more abundant state of mind. Giving is what's going to put you in a more appreciative frame of mind. And people do what they see. People do what people see. You got me? So in closing, I just want to ask you what mindset you feel like you've been modeling this first quarter of the year. What mindset do you feel like you've been modeling this first 3 months of the year? Can you believe we're about to go into the second quarter? If you're watching a replay, I still love you whenever you're watching it. You know what I mean? But I'm asking you, do you see positivity everywhere? Do you see abundance mentality reflected in your team? Because that's a big clue. Or are they pessimistic? Are they paranoid? Are they stingy? Are they constantly competing amongst themselves for your attention? Remember, you're the one that's setting the tone. I challenge you, millionaire, to foster more of an abundance mindset. I challenge you to look at your culture and ask yourself, how can I encourage people to see more opportunities? Right? How can I encourage people to see more options? We ain't lacking resources, y'all. We're lacking resourcefulness. Am I making sense to somebody? We ain't lacking resources, y'all. We're lacking resourcefulness. And if you have a grateful heart, the resources will become apparent. You'll discover you've got resources everywhere. So express appreciation regularly, y'all. Recognize other people who do the same. And communicate your hopes and your vision for the team. Was this helpful? Give me scale of 1 to 10. How was this? How was this? If you give it a 10, then that means you're going to definitely use something that you learned here. That's right, Samantha. Samantha's a woman that wins. You missed the meeting yesterday, Samantha. Jackie Robinson was at the meeting. Sam, start checking your email, please. Samantha be missing in action, boy. Check your email, girl. Yeah, Kim, let's go. All right. Yeah, Tina. And then so what I'm asking you to do, yeah, Vanessa, good. So what I'm asking you to do, if you love this thing, right, is go back in there and type in the comments your number one takeaway. But right now it's affirmation time. Teach somebody else, baby. That's abundance mentality. See, once you have abundance mentality, you realize we don't mind if they learn what it is we don't learn. They ain't going to get ahead of us. As a matter of fact, even if they do, who better to be ahead of us? Because now they can reach back and help us out. We love it, right? This is how 1 + 1 starts to equal 11. I tell them all the time, the ability to stay grateful, even in the midst of the storm, is the same power that bends the universe to your will. It's the same exact power that bends the forces of nature to your will. That's how they would do a rain dance, y'all. They would dance like the rain is already falling. They in the middle of a drought. But in their mindset, they're like, nah, it's coming, baby. Matter of fact, I'm so sure of it, I'm going to go ahead and celebrate in advance. That's what we're about to do right now. It's affirmation time. Let's get it. Let's celebrate in advance. You ready? All right, repeat after me. Say it like you mean it. I am so